folks. I wanted to talk about something retarded that's gonna make you laugh your ass off and call me a fag. So I've been thinking, since I'm driving so much and my job is primarily driving right now, but I'm using my own car and my own gas, I've been thinking about getting a car that gets better gas mileage. And so far, most of the cars get crappy gas mileage. Most regular gas-powered cars only get like 30 miles to the gallon. And that's even the little dinky 4-cylinder cars. I thought they got closer to like 40. Give me a break. I've been looking at so many different cars and I can't find any regular gas-powered cars that get much more than 30 miles to the gallon. Anymore, like all the cars that get like 40 to 50 are usually hybrids, and I don't really want a hybrid. The thing here is, if I'm gonna go like either fully gas or fully electric, and fully electric is too expensive right now, and it's just not ideal because there's not enough charging stations. Like there are a lot of charging stations, but at the same time, not really. Like they're kind of a pain in the ass to find unless you're like in the middle of like major areas, like Phoenix or Tempe, for example, or Scottsdale, whatever. And it's just not ideal, even though a lot of these cars are getting pretty good range now. They get pretty much the same range on a battery that a gas car would get on a full tank. They get like anywhere from 250 to like 400 miles per charge, which is pretty good. But here's the problem. Until I start seeing charging stations at pretty much every major gas station, at least starting with Circle K and Quick Trip, they need to have at least 2 to 4 charging stations at all of the Circle Ks and Quick Trips. Until they start doing that, it's just not convenient. The only real way that you can have a chance at finding any charging stations is if you get one of those apps that has like the charging network that tells you the locations of all of the charging areas that are nearby. And then there's another problem. Like, what if I'm in a rush? Like, if you get gas, it takes like 30 seconds to get get like $20 worth of gas, even though it's way more expensive compared to charging your car. But still, it's really, really quick. If I had to charge my car, even a fast charging station, I'd have to sit around for like a good 40 minutes before I have a decent charge so I can continue going. The only time that would be convenient is if I'm going shopping. So like, you go to a store, and the majority of stores that I go to don't have charging stations. Even Walmart doesn't have any charging stations that I've discovered so far. Most of the Walmarts don't have any car charging stations. It's stupid. But that's the only case scenario where using a public charger would be logical, is if you're going grocery shopping and you're going to be in there for like a good hour anyway, and then by the time you get back out, your car is fully charged and you got like a good 300 miles of range on your car, and it only costs you like $5. You know, they need to improve the battery technology and the charging technology to the point of where you can get a full charge in the same amount of time that you can get a full tank of gas. So basically, until they can improve the technology to where you can get a full charge in like 5 minutes or less at a charging station, I don't really see myself investing in electric cars. Not to mention, electric cars do not hold their value very well. Like, especially if you buy a brand new electric car, you will lose like $5,000 to $15,000 of its value overnight. I'm not even kidding. Like, you buy, let's say your electric car brand new is $25,000, which is not bad for a brand new one. But if you buy it brand new, that $25,000 that you just got for that car, the car is going to be worth maybe $15,000, like literally the next day after you drive it. Because, you know, new electric cars transitioning to used, they do not retain their value for crap. They really don't. And it's because electric cars are still in their infancy stage. It's still new. Like, they're still trying to throw out more and more electric cars. They're trying to throw out charging stations everywhere. They're trying to improve the battery and the charging technology, while at the same time trying to make it more mainstream and bring down the prices. And it's becoming very affordable, sure, but at the same time, there's just not quite enough of a market for it to be ideal, and it's not really on par with gas-powered cars yet, and it's not going to be on par with gas-powered cars for probably like close to another 10 years. That's when I'm expecting it to really take off and be on par with gas-powered cars. Give it probably about another 10 years, and then we will be there. Like, the majority of cars will probably be electric. I know in a lot of parts of Europe and other countries, at least half of their motor vehicles are electric or at least hybrids at this point. And in America, it's kind of the opposite. I would say probably like 15%, at least from what I've seen, probably like 15% of the total motor vehicles in America are electric, maybe 20%. It's a lot less compared to other countries. They are really kicking our ass in terms of evolving and trying to maybe pollute the planet a little bit less. Yeah. America needs to step up our game. Like, seriously, we are so far behind in so many different categories compared to other countries. It is ridiculous. There's so many parts of Europe that have succeeded so many things, and it makes the country that I'm living in look stupid and lazy. Like, we're incompetent compared to some of these other countries that are really thriving. They're exceeding, like, they're way ahead of their time. It's crazy. Go to a lot. Like, I can't think of anything specifically right now. I'm about to drop off this Chick-fil-A, damn it. But seriously, if any people watching my videos live in any parts of Europe, like, you can vouch for me when I say this, but you probably see a good amount of electric vehicles in a lot of parts of Europe. And it's because they are evolving. They're pushing forward a lot faster than we are in America. We need to step up our game. And it's pissing me off that we're not, because people in America are so close-minded and they just don't care. They don't care about the environment, they just care about convenience. And electric cars are not convenient, even though they're much better for the environment because there's so much less CO2 emissions and all that crap. And yeah, sure, you know, electricity right now still causes pollution, you know, burning fossils and shit like that. And these power plants cause pollution that generate the electricity. I mean, this is transitioning to an all-electric world is the next huge step towards massively reducing pollution. And when we get to the point of having all-electric vehicles, we can start transitioning towards generating electricity that doesn't cause any pollution either. Like, completely green, clean electricity. And some of the major ways to generate clean electricity right now is obviously the same old stuff: solar panels, wind turbines, and, you know, waterfall things, whatever those things are that, you know, that the water, like, water streams and makes it, I don't even know what the hell it's called, but the water basically pushes it and it generates electricity. I mean, you probably know what that is, but I forgot what it's called. Whatever. It's like a water wheel or something. But there's a lot of other ways to generate electricity, and a lot of those is friction and other methods of basically a lot of velocity. And I feel like using velocity to generate natural green energy is going to be the next thing. Like, we're already doing it with a lot of electric vehicles. We can generate green energy by using velocity, engine braking to be specific. So basically, you can regenerate energy for your car by not even using the brake. You use engine braking, and it uses that energy. It generates energy. It generates energy and puts it straight back into the battery, so you don't have to charge quite as much. So I figure at some point in time, hold on, I'm gonna make another video. I'm arriving at the destination. See you, folks!